Welcome to Killer Conversations. My name is Steven, and I'm joined today by my lovely wife, Sean.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's story. I'd love to say the kids are in bed, but they're not. They're just not. We had a party tonight or a dance at Gracie's elementary school. And if you've never partied with elementary kids, you should give it a shot. It's fun. And she's a little hyped up. So,
I don't know if I would define over 100, 200 screaming kids in the dark because they cut the lights off and turned on, the strobe lights and all that. I don't know if I'd call that fun though, but it was an event. We made it.
it was fun.
It was, yeah.
You didn't dance. You weren't no fun.
Nope, I wasn't getting out in there and getting trucked by some 6-year-old running around the gym.
I danced.
Well, I know you danced.
I had fun.
Yeah, so did the one behind me that's trying to sneak in. I know y'all both had a blast.
Yeah, we did, buddy duddy.
Mhm. But let's get on to business. What are we talking about tonight?
I'm not done complaining.
About what?
About what?
If you're complaining about
You
your chair, nobody cares at this point.
well, that's an ongoing complaint, but I have a new complaint. You bought
Serious.
these stupid headphones that looks like I'm back in the 80s and said I had to wear them, but you're not wearing yours.
I had better headphones just sitting around the house, didn't have to buy none.
No,
Yeah,
it's not fair.
they had to be all right.
Whatever. Do you have anything you need to complain about?
No, I don't complain. I'm good. I'm easygoing. I just let everything go.
Lies. Lies. Okay. What's your guess tonight? Where are we going?
I'm sticking with North Carolina because I think you know that that's where I was going to pick, and you were going to try to trick me into picking somewhere else because I picked it time after time again. But I think this time, I think we're doing North Carolina.
Well, tonight, that was kind of a trick question.
So it is North Carolina.
Hmm. No? Yeah. So tonight we're heading deep into the Appalachian Mountains, a place where the line between the natural world and the supernatural feels paper thin. These mountains hold some of the richest, oldest, and eeriest folklore in the United States. Stories whispered across generations, warnings passed down like heirlooms, and traditions so woven into the land that you can almost feel the humming beneath your feet. Out here, the world feels different. The air is heavier, the woods are darker, and the silence sometimes settles in your bones. It's the kind of place where you understand why people believe in things they can't quite explain, because sometimes the mountains make you feel like you're standing at the edge of another realm entirely. A place where the fairy world brushes up against our own. So, what I'm trying to say in simpler terms, these mountains are just freaky.
Sounds peaceful to me.
No, no,
I look like I belong in the mountains, so
you, you do. You look like you belong in some cave somewhere.
no, no, mountains.
No. And so the Appalachian Range, it stretches across 15 states. That's why it was a trick question. From the rocky edges of Maine and New Hampshire down through the misty hollows of West Virginia and Virginia, across the deep forests of North Carolina and Tennessee, all the way to the quiet rolling hills of Georgia and Alabama. And every single one of those states has its own stories. Tales of things that walk the ridgelines at night, voices that call your name from the tree line, lights that flicker where no lights should be. Stories that remind you why you don't go out after dark, especially not alone. Which you don't got to tell me twice because I'm not going anywhere in the dark alone. Hey, mountain boy, I don't go anywhere alone.
I know.
I'm scared of the dark, people. I'm scared of the dark.
You don't go anywhere alone during the day, let alone the night.
No. So tonight we're going to step into those stories. We're going to explore the legends that shape these mountains and the warnings that still echo through them. So settle in, because once the sun goes down in Appalachia, the mountains come alive. If you spend enough time in the Appalachian Mountains, you'll hear the word haint. Did you hear that, Steve? What did I say?
Haint?
Haint, yeah. It rolls off the tongue like a warning, like sometimes something whispered across the front porch just after sunset. A haint isn't quite a ghost, not exactly a spirit, and not always something you can see. And in Appalachian folklore, a haint it's like a presence, something that lingers, something that follows you, something that doesn't quite belong to this world anymore. So the word itself comes from Old English and then Scots Irish roots. So you should know this word, Steve. You should know this word, but you don't. So you're not Scottish or Irish.
I am, but I do not follow my Scottish or Irish roots. I probably should look into it one day, but yeah, let's just be honest. I have not looked into it at all.
Sure. But you like to throw it around.
Well, yeah, I'm proud of it. Just don't know anything about it. Like I said, one day I will look into it.
Okay.
Today is not that day. Tomorrow won't be either, but someday.
I don't know if I believe you,
Hey,
but
when they
okay.
put it on audiobook for me to listen to, I'll listen to it.
There's that meme going around, or that video, like, oh, how the woman reads and the man reads. It's
Yeah, it's
so
Eminem
true.
singing as fast as he possibly can, and then the guy,
Yeah.
it's like, "I don't know what this means," and it's like, come on, I read a little bit faster than that."
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, you're right, I don't. I'm horrible at reading.
Exactly. So, to mountain families in Appalachia, haints could be anything: a restless spirit that's never found peace, shadows that move where no shadows should, whispers that call your name from the tree line, cold spots in a warm room, figures seen out the corner of your eye. You having problems over there?
Yep. At least I'm not
Okay.
having the same problems I had last week. Last week, I got stuck on my rug and about flipped the chair, but I fixed that problem.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And the thing about about haints is they don't always show themselves. Sometimes they're just felt. A chill in the back of your neck, a sudden stillness in the woods, the sense that you're being watched when you know you're alone. Have you ever had a feeling like that? I have. Like, you're out in the woods and it feels like you're being watched, but there's nobody out there. You've never felt like that?
No. Every time I've been out in the woods, I was either hunting or just four-wheel riding, and usually just never had a reason to think, bet you there's somebody over in that tree watching me. When I was hunting, I was normally like, yeah, bet you there is somebody over there, but he's looking for what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm. Mountain folks took haints very seriously. They take haints very seriously. Serious enough to build traditions around keeping them out. That's where haint blue comes from. It's that soft, pale blue paint that you'll see on porch ceilings across the South. It wasn't just for decoration, it was, like a protection. People believed that the color confused Haints, tricking them into thinking the porch was water, something they couldn't cross. Other families hung bottles from trees. Have you ever seen that? I have. I've seen the bottles from the trees.
I have seen bottles
Mhm.
hanging from the trees, like up where my parents live, which is in the middle of the mountains.
Yeah.
Population
It's
12.
it lets the wind kinda whistle through them, and the sound was said to trap haints inside. So, like, inside the bottles. Some place brooms by the door, believing a haint would get stuck, counting the straws until sunrise. So, I'm assuming like a straw broom. So, these weren't just superstitions, they were like survival tactics. In a world where the nights were long, the mountains were dark, and the unknown felt very, very close. And even today, if you ask the right person in the right holler, they'll tell you. Haints never really left Appalachia. They're still out there, still watching and still waiting for the sun to go down. Do you know what a holler is?
Yeah, people live in the holler, and if you live in the country, you know all about the holler.
The holler, yep.
My parents, they live in a holler. That's what they call them.
Yes, yes. And you'll hear this a lot in the South, guys. A lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everywhere, just about all that, they live over there.
yeah. I've heard it all my life. Well, until we moved here because they don't have hollers. But up
No,
until then,
here in Indiana, everything is flat, and it's just cul-de-sacs. That's about all it is. Unless you go up just a little bit, then it's cornfields. Lots of cornfields.
and those cornfields are super creepy at night, like during Halloween season. Yeah, that one coming back from like Noblesville,
Just
where it's
because it's
just
in the middle of nowhere.
but it's like cornfields on both sides. And every time I want to think, like I think of the children of the corn, and I'm like, nope. If a kid ever walks down that road, I'm like, no, Satan, Stephen hit him.
Get back in your corn, Isaac. Shoo shoo.
Yeah, yes. So if haints are the restless spirits of the mountains, then the boo hag is something far more sinister. Something that doesn't just linger in the shadows, it hunts. The boo hag, Steve. The boo. Mm,
Us
If
mountain
I,
people like our names. We come up with some
yes.
dandy ones.
So if I come to visit you and you tell me to beware of the boo hag, I'm leaving.
Beware the boo
I'm
hag.
out. No, I'm out. I don't have to beware of anything. I'm leaving.
Somebody's a bit of a wuss.
I'm going back down to like the city where they have guardrails and no boo hags.
Who needs guardrails?
Not you. So the boo hag comes from Gullah Geechee, the Appalachian folklore, carried through generations of storytellers who knew the woods could hold more than just animals. And unlike a ghost, the boo hag isn't dead. Not exactly. She's something in between a creature that slips out into the night searching for a warm body to borrow. Say, no, not this warm body.
Hey, your code nature. She'd be like, ooh, that woman's freezing.
No. I'm a little on the plumper side of life, and she'd have a lot of room to move around in this warm body, and I don't think I want to do that.
Just paint your porch blue and put some bottles in the
That's a
tree.
haint. You're getting your
You
stuff
not get rid of it?
confused now.
No, I figured you just get rid the same way. Put a
No.
circle of salt around you. That's all you gotta do.
Okay, listen to this because it gets worse. It's worse, okay? So people say the boo hag has no skin of her own.
So she's a skeleton?
No. By daylight, she hides in the cracks and hollows of old houses or deep in the woods where the sun can't quite reach. But when night falls, that's when she comes out. Oh. She can slide through the smallest openings, a crack in the window, a gap under the door, even the keyhole if she has to. And once she's inside, she climbs into the sleeping person and rides them, like draining their energy. Their breath, their strength. Not enough to kill. Not enough to kill. Just enough to leave them exhausted, confused, and unable to explain why they feel like they've been fighting something all night long. Nope. Hell nope. See, I think you complain a lot in the mornings like you're tired, even though I know you slept. Boo hag.
No, this just sounds like being married to me.
No. No. Okay, and here's the part that makes the boo hag truly terrifying. If she likes you, and she would like me because I'm nice. I'm nice, and I couldn't tell her no. I could be like, I don't feel like this is the right choice in my life right at this point. But I wouldn't come right out and say no. So she would like me. If she likes you, if she thinks you're strong enough, she'll come back and do it again and again.
I'm safe. Nobody likes me.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, but if she doesn't, if she decides you're not worth the trouble, so keep talking, Steve. That's when she steals your skin. Nope. Dude, she's going to want my skin.
Mine don't do good in the sun either, so yeah, she'll pass.
Hey, mine's fine in the sun. She's going to get me. She's going to get me. So, folklore says that she slips into it like a coat, wearing it out into the world until it starts to rot. My.
Well, if she takes
Then
mine, it won't take long for it to rot, so.
Then she sheds it and she goes hunting for a new one. No.
This woman
So,
needs to get a new hobby.
poor choices in life. Poor choices. I just don't like this one. I don't like it. I think she would like you too.
No, I don't think she would like me.
I
I
think she
just,
would love you.
I don't. I don't think she'd like me at all. Nobody likes me, so I think I would be safe.
That is not true. You're like one of the most likable people in the world.
No. I'm a male Karen. I'm good. Nobody likes me.
You're not a male Karen.
I am a male Karen. Ask the kids. People will come up, talk to me, and I just walk away.
Oh my God, he does do that. That is no lie. That is no lie. I get so embarrassed. So, me being awkward and friendly and nice, like I'm awkward, but I want to talk to you. I want to make friends. He just walks away. You can talk to him and he just walks away. Then I feel like I have to overcompensate for him just walking away. It's not pretty.
No, that's not how it goes. She goes up and talks to every person she sees. And anybody that comes up and talks to her, she talks to. Me, if I know you, I'll talk to you. If you're having or wanting to talk about something I know about, I'll sit there and I'll talk to you about it, no problem whatsoever. But if you're someone that I don't know or just want to come up and talk something crazy that has nothing to do with me, I'll just walk away.
But if you don't talk to people, how do you get to know them?
I don't want to get to know them.
That's rude.
I'm rude. I'm old. I have kids. I don't have time for anything else.
I'm very big into if like giving people compliments because I think it could, if I can brighten one person's day, I'm very happy with that. So like if I'm standing in a store like in a line and the person in front of me is, like a woman or something, I'll say, "Oh my god, I love your hair," or "I love your shoes." Whatever. And just I'm just trying to make them feel better about themselves. That's very and he hates
No,
that
no,
I
no,
do
no.
that.
Hold up. I'm standing in line. There's a woman in front of me, and I'm like, ma'am, love your hair, looking good. One, she's going to get weirded out, tell a manager that some dude's creeping her out, for one. Some bearded caveman is harassing her. Two, you're going to overhear it, deck me in the store, and then the cops are going to get called. So we're going to have issues.
Whatever. You need an excuse not to be nice.
That's not an excuse. I'm spitting facts right now.
All right. So there is a way. There is a way to keep her out. Okay. Mountain families, they would paint their porch ceilings that the haint blue, the pale blue, hang brooms by the door, or scatter rice or sand across the floor. Because the boo hag, like many spirits, is compelled to stop and count every grain. Dude, rice everywhere. She'll
That
never get me if she has to count.
just seems like a waste of good rice.
Mm-mm. If she's still counting when the sun rises, she has to flee. She has to run away. There will be mountains of rice. Mountains.
No, they won't. We ain't wasting our rice.
Strategically placed. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if you wander deep enough into the Appalachian woods, okay, like the Appalachian, saying it Appalachian is throwing me off. How do we usually say it, Steve?
Appalachian.
No, you don't.
Appalachian Trail.
I thought it
Appalachian
was
State.
Appalachian.
No, Appalachian State. It's a football team, college.
Oh,
That's how
man.
I say it. And you make fun of the way I
Well,
talk.
aren't you smart?
No.
Okay, so if you wander deep enough into the Appalachian woods, past the places where the trails fade and the trees grow so close they swallow the light, you might hear something that you can't explain. A low growl, a rustle of leaves, the feeling that something is watching you from just beyond the tree line. That's where the legend of the Wampus Cat begins.
Did you just say Wampus Cat?
A Wampus Cat.
All right, we were drunk when we came up with these names.
Moonshine.
Lots of moonshine.
This is what happens when you make moonshine, the illegal kind.
When I hear Wampus Cat, the first thing I think of is they just saw a really fat cat running somewhere. And they're like, it's a demon.
It's a demon. I think of the cat off of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Wampus Cat is one of the oldest and most enduring creatures in the Appalachian folklore. A half woman, half cat being with glowing eyes and a scream that can freeze your blood. No.
All right. It's not what I was thinking of the description being, but
Why do I feel like all of these are women?
No, the first one wasn't,
How do you know?
because they sound like they named it after Hank.
Hank.
Sounds like Hank to me.
No. So, some say she moves like smoke. Others say she's as fast as a shadow. But everyone agrees on one thing. You don't want to meet her in the dark. The story goes back to the Cherokee people. Long before settlers ever reached the mountains, according to a legend, a woman disguised herself in the skin of a mountain cat to spy on a sacred ceremony meant only for men. That sounds like a cult to me.
Possibly. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. When she was discovered, the punishment was swift and supernatural. She was cursed, transformed into a creature doomed to roam the forest forever, trapped between human and beast. See, that's a man's doing. That was the cult leader. I know it. Nope, nope. You men you're terrible.
Don't be blaming men now. You don't know.
I believe. Mm,
You don't know. You wasn't there.
I was. I know. I know things.
You wish.
Her eyes, they say, burn with the memory of what she lost. Her cry echoes through the hollers on a moonless night. And if you hear it, you turn back. No. If I hear it, let's just be real honest. She's going to have to catch me through like a river of pee.
All I'm thinking is, you said when you hear her scream, so all I'm expecting is a meow.
No, but it's half woman.
Yeah, but which half screaming? The cat half or the woman half?
No, no,
Here, kitty, kitty. Meow, meow.
no. She's going to have to get me. She's going to have to swim. This cat better know how to swim.
That's nasty.
Well, it's the truth. I've had 6 kids. What more do you want from me? It's your fault. Over time, the legend spread through the mountains. Hunters claimed to see a creature with the body of a panther and the face of a woman. Okay, like, panther. You didn't tell me it was a panther from the get-go. Like, panthers are cool. I might want to talk to this woman. Maybe we can be friends.
No.
Farmers found livestock torn apart with no tracks leading in or out. Travelers spoke of a pair of yellow eyes following them through the woods, always just out of sight. And the warnings became part of the culture. Don't wander alone at night. Gotcha, not doing that. Don't stray from the path. Can't do that, I'm clumsy. And don't ignore the feeling that something is behind you. I'm ignoring it, fool. I'm ignoring it. Anything you need to say, Steve?
You're a wuss.
I see you rolling your eyes a lot over there.
'Cause you're a wuss.
I'm honest.
Mm.
Okay, so don't wonder. Yeah, don't. I'm already past that. You don't have to. You won't
Something
get.
behind you.
Go crazy. Okay. Because in Appalachia, the Wama's cat isn't just a story, she's a reminder that the mountains have rules and those who break them may not come back the same. I'm not breaking any rules. And I'm Cherokee. They can't punish me. That's rude. If you ask the people in northern Tennessee about the most terrifying story in their mountain that their mountains hold, you won't hear about a creature or a ghost. You'll hear about a witch. A witch, Steve.
Sounds about
Tennessee.
right. Sounds about right. Usually that's what if you look through the past, any woman that done anything that was not known of, or I
Yeah, it's a
guess,
witch.
yeah, which even if she was just like some form of science or chemistry or something like that,
Hmm.
is like she's a witch.
Okay. So, not the broom riding or cauldron stirring kind, something older, something meaner, something that didn't just haunt a place, it haunted a family. This is the legend of the Bell Witch. Our story begins in the early 1800s in the quiet farming community of Adams, Tennessee. The Bell family lived a simple life on their land. John Bell, his wife Lucy, and their children. But in 1817, something strange began to happen. It started small, scratching on the walls, knocking on the doors, the sound of chains dragging across the floorboards at night. Why is there got to be chains? Why?
'Cause it wouldn't be creepy if they wasn't.
I think at this point, this is when you should have called Ed and Lorraine Warren, but they probably weren't alive in the 1800s.
Yeah, they wasn't
So
alive.
I bet you there was something like them, some people out there.
Yeah, called a priest.
I-
You called a priest for pretty much any issue like this, and they would come in and do their exorcism, or, bless your house, and hopefully that fixed the problem.
As it should. Like that should fix the
I've
problem.
seen Pope's exorcists. It's not that easy.
Oh my gosh, that movie's good. At first, the Bells thought it was an animal. That's a reasonable assumption. Then they thought it was a prank. But the noises grew louder and smarter. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Soon the unseen force began speaking. Oh, hell no. This is when you move. When something starts talking to you, that's not there, move. Leave. At first, a whisper, then a voice, clear, sharp, and cruel. It called itself Kate, and Kate had one mission: to torment the Bell family, especially John Bell and his daughter Betsy. Neighbors came to investigate, and what they witnessed became part of the legend. The voice answered questions no one else could know. Mm-mm. It sang hymns, it quoted scripture, it mimicked the voices of people in the community, and it did all of this without a body, without a form, without anything anyone could see. So it's just a voice. It's just a voice coming out of thin air. No, we would be moving. You could stay, but I'm out.
Doesn't seem that bad. It just wants to talk to somebody.
Hope you know what? I hope that if we get haunted, they stand on your side of the bed and just talk to you all night long.
Well, I would be nice and talk back to them, and you're sitting here saying I'm the person that doesn't talk to anybody.
You get upset because Charlie talks to you nonstop before she goes to school.
So it doesn't stop.
Well, I hope this ghost doesn't stop all night
I'm
long.
not good with girl talk. I can't tell you what to do when, middle school girl drama.
Oh my gosh. So the Bell Witch wasn't just a haunting, it was an intelligence, a personality, a presence, and it was vicious. John Bell suffered the worst of it. The witch cursed him, threatened him, and vowed to end his life. Betsy, his daughter, was tormented relentlessly, pinched, slapped, and driven to the edge of despair. Now it's slapping people. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. How do you fight back? How do you fight back when there's nothing there?
Exorcist.
Nope. The Bell Witch seemed to feed on fear, growing stronger the more the family suffered. Word spread so far that even future President Andrew Jackson reportedly visited the Bell home. According to legend, after one night of the witch's torment, he fled, saying he had never seen anything like it. No.
Smart man.
In 1820, John Bell died under mysterious circumstances. The witch claimed responsibility, declaring she had finally carried out her promise. After his death, the activity slowly faded, but never fully disappeared. Locals say the Bell Witch still lingers in the hills around Adams. Some claim to hear whispers near the old Bell property. Others swear they've seen shadows move to where no shadows should be, and the Bell Witch Cave. This is where I tried to get you to take me into the Bell Witch Cave before we moved down to Tennessee. A dark, narrow opening in the earth is said to be her resting place. Anyone who enters will tell you the air feels wrong, heavy, like something is watching from the dark.
Take a pass.
I don't know if you remember, it's been a while back, but I even tried to get, I was going to even plan a trip for me and Nick to go because we like things like that. So,
Yeah, I remember it. I remember when we talked about it.
yeah. The legend has lasted more than 2 centuries because it taps into something primal, the fear that things we can't see are the ones we should fear the most. I can't see it, and it's talking to me, and it's slapping me, and it's pinching me? Like, at first I think I would be scared, and then I would just get mad.
Yeah, I'd just get aggravated.
Yeah. Because you couldn't fight back. You couldn't do anything. There's nothing there. And
Seen The
in that,
Conjuring, all you gotta do is put salt around your bed.
sure. And in the Appalachian Mountains, the Bell Witch is still the one story people won't tell after dark. No. If you spend enough nights in the Appalachian Mountains, you'll hear the whispers about something strange that drips along the ridge lines. Not creatures, not spirits, not quite human, but not entirely natural either. They call them the mountain lights. So you've got hollers and you've got ridge lines. Sorry if you're not from the South, you don't understand what these are. So these lights appear where no light should be, floating above valleys. Oh, valleys, there you go too. Gliding between trees, hovering over rocky cliffs. Sometimes they flicker like lanterns, carried by invisible hands. Other times they glow steady and bright like a star that's fallen too close to the earth. And the strangest part, they move with purpose. The most famous of these are the Brown Mountain Lights of North Carolina. Finally, Steve, North Carolina. Glowing orbs that have been reported for centuries. Cherokee stories describe them as spirits of warriors searching for their lost families. Early settlers believed they were lanterns carried by ghosts wandering the mountains after dark. Modern hikers still swear they've seen them drifting across the ridge, silent and unexplainable. Okay, so creepy, yes. But if it's like fallen warriors or, you know, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, that's not really creepy. I agree with you. That's like sad.
But Brown Mountains isn't the only place. All across Appalachia, people tell the same story. Lights that appear out of nowhere, lights that follow you, lights that vanish the moment you try to get too close. Some say they're haunts, spirits trying to guide or warn travelers. Others think they're witch lights, signs of old magic still clinging to the land. And a few believe they're the foxfire, the glow of bioluminescent fungi. Though that explanation never quite matches what people actually see.
You lost me on that one.
What do you mean?
All luminescent fungi. What?
Yes. It glows. It's like glow in the dark.
Well, I understand that part, but okay. Continue.
My gosh. Because these lights don't just sit still, they travel. They weave through the trees, they rise and fall like they're breathing, they pulse as if responding to something unseen, and every so often, someone claims the lights led them somewhere, away from danger or straight into it. So, if like that, if they're leading people away from danger, go lights.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a bad thing at all.
But if they're leading me into it, back away.
Yeah, don't
Like,
go
don't
towards the
bring your
light.
lights over here.
Walk away from the light.
Yeah, don't follow the light. In the mountains, people learn quickly. If you see a light where no light should be, you don't follow it. You don't call out to it. Why am I calling out to a light?
Why are you calling out to a light?
Like, if it's dark and I see a light, well, I'm not going to see a light. I'm going to see a light from my window because I'm not going out there. But I'm not calling out and bringing attention to myself to some stranger walking through the woods with a light.
Good point.
Yeah. You keep walking, you keep your eyes forward, and you hope the lights aren't watching you back. Nope. Because in Appalachia, the night belongs to the mountains, and the mountains have secrets they don't always want to share. If you drive through the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, you'll see a statue of something with wings, glowing eyes, and a presence that feels like it's watching you, even when you're not looking at it. It's not a mascot. It's not a joke. It's a reminder. Because in the mid 1960s, Point Pleasant became the center of one of the strangest and most chilling legends in the Appalachian history, the legend of Mothman.
What?
Mothman.
Okay. I've never heard of this.
You've never heard of Mothman?
I haven't heard about anything that you've talked about. I think I have heard about the lights and the Blair Witch. I've heard of, Blair Witch.
It's not the Blair Witch. It's the Bell Witch.
Oh, it's whatever. I've heard of the Blair Witch and the Bell Witch. But I have heard of the Bell Witch. I've heard of the lights, but no, I haven't heard of any of the others.
I can't believe you never heard of Mothman. This is the one I was sure that you would know about.
If you start talking about it, I might, but off the top of my head, I don't know.
So the first sighting came on a cold November night in 1966. Two young couples were driving near an old TNT factory, a maze of abandoned bunkers left over from World War II, when they saw something standing in the road. It was tall, man-shaped, with enormous wings folded behind its back. And when you turned toward them, its eyes glowed a deep burning red. Nope. The creature spread its wings and took off straight into the air. The couple sped away, but the thing followed them, gliding above their car, keeping pace even at highway speeds. When they finally reached town, breathless and terrified, they told the sheriff what they'd seen, and they weren't the only ones. Over the next 13 months, dozens of people reported seeing the same thing. A towering figure, wings like a giant bird, eyes that glowed like embers in the dark. Some said it perched on top of rooftops. No, sir. Nope. Others saw it standing in fields, watching silently. It's the movie.
Jeepers Creepers, what we talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I don't think that's how Jeepers Creepers was. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a moth.
Dude, standing in a field, watching silently. Oh, hell no.
It
Oh,
said
hell no.
towering over. So he would have been over the corn.
A few claimed it let out a screech that didn't sound like anything from this world. Nope. And then the sighting stopped. On December 15th, 1967, the Silver Bridge, the main connection between Point Pleasant and Ohio, collapsed during rush hour, killing dozens of people. It was one of the worst tragedies the region had ever seen. After that day, the Mothman vanished. Some believe the creature was a harbinger, a warning of the disaster to come. Others think it was something older, a supernatural force tied to the tragedy itself. A few insist that Mothman wasn't a monster at all, but something trying to protect them. Nope. Nope. Not today, Satan. Whatever the truth is, the legend never died. People still report sightings in the Appalachians, strange shadows with wings, glowing eyes in the treetops, something massive lifting off into the night sky. And in Point Pleasant, the story lives on. A reminder that sometimes the mountains don't just hold ghosts and creatures. Sometimes they hold omens. No.
Yeah, I'm never going to that place.
You don't want to go to the Appalachian Mountains?
No. I
Why?
mean, you just gave 3 reasons on what they thought this thing was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I'd have saw it, I would've just left and not come back.
Oh. Oh, so all the other stuff you're fine with, but a man that looks like a moth? No? You're ready to go?
No, I never said I was fine with that stuff. I just said you were a wuss because I don't personally believe in any of that stuff. So I don't think I would ever see any of it. But if I did, I'd
But
leave.
they believe. And if they believe, that's going to make me believe. And no, no, not doing it.
Well, I don't operate like that. If other people believe anybody can believe whatever they want, but like when it comes to
But
like
they're
this,
going to make me second guess myself.
I mean, I'm not going to second guess myself. I mean, unless I was stuck out in the woods and something's making a sound, you might have that thought, it's Mothman. Where's he at? But I mean, otherwise, no, I wouldn't be out there worried about seeing him or nothing.
I would be.
No, we're built different.
You don't want to take a trip to the Appalachian Mountains now?
No, I'll get up there and they'll be like, he belongs here. Don't let him go.
And me, they're going to kick out?
They'll be like, she talks too much.
You're just going to let them throw me out?
Well, I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
have a
I'll
choice.
willingly go. I'm not
They're
going to
they're,
stay, but
they're literally taking me hostage. I can't say nothing to them.
they're, yeah,
Yeah.
willingly taking you hot. If you stay
No.
willingly,
I mean, if
you're
they're
not a
offering a
hostage.
house to stay in, money to live, who am I
Kid
to
free, wife free.
may not need the money. I mean, I'll just make my own.
You know what? I hope you fall on the ice again. Yeah, guys, he fell on the ice today.
I did. Slammed right into the side of the house.
It was Mothman. Made him do it.
If Mothman made me do it, then he's nothing to worry about.
You don't know. He swooped past you too fast. It
Well,
was
it
just
didn't
the
hurt that
wind
much.
from Mothman.
It didn't hurt that much. If this is supposed to be a humongous being, he didn't hit hard.
My gosh. Okay, well, that's all for tonight. We hope you visit us again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and comment down below, like Miss Gracie says.
Comment down below on which one of these creatures do you think would be the scariest or the one that you would least like to run into.
To the boo hag. Got my vote. I
I would
believe I
probably,
can handle the Mothman.
well, the
The
Mothman,
hags are a little
everybody,
creepy.
well, the Mothman, everyone that saw him was in a car and was able to get away. Like he didn't kill anybody. To where you're right, the boo hag would be horrible. From,
I lotion my skin. She's gonna take
well,
it.
her, between her and, Kitty Kitty Meow Meow, I don't remember its name. That one would
Wampus
be,
cat.
yeah, the Wampus cat. That would probably be a close second.
I don't know. That seemed pretty cool to me. Like,
She
after I found out
screams
she
and your
was,
blood freezes.
I don't know. After I found out, like, she was a panther, like, you go, girl. Do your thing.
Anyway, everybody comment down below on which one you think would be the worst. Put them in order if you want to.
Boo hag. Number one.
I'd probably say, yeah, number one.
Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye.